Portal angles you need to know on LAVAWELL. This is a series we're doing for all the forest maps and takedown maps, and there's playlists for both of those on my channel, so let's just jump right into LAVAWELL. So first we're going to start off with the initial spawn. So you have one person that spawns here, and you have two people that spawn here, and you have two people that spawn up here. The initial rollout is you're placing one portal here, and usually you'll jump up here. And one thing to keep in mind is keep room on this back portal wall, because if you put your portal here, your teammate can't place their portal and move at the same time. So we have one up here. We're going to move up here. And you have a couple different options from here. You can try and fight if someone's right here. You can place another portal right here and try and peek them there. Or you could even throw a portal back here and try and shoot them in the back. But they may be doing the same thing to you, so you have to watch out for that. So that's kind of just the initial way to get to sniper. You could also throw a portal down here from here, or just drop down and fight railgun. Another spot this front guy could do is he can hit this backboard here and run into here and go for railgun off the start pretty quickly. That's a tight angle, and if you're in the back, you're going to have to jump even higher to see that. So the front guy could be doing that pretty quickly. So that's really it for that spawn. Now, if you're going up here and you're spawning up here, there's a couple different things you can do. So you have two people spawning on each side. You could just initially place your portal here, and your main goal is to fight for this rocket. So you can do a lot of things. You can try and just portal and peek from here. You can fight the guy up here if he's down here. You could look if someone's at snipe. You also have the option to just portal over here and try and fight them or flank them. Now, another start from down here on either side, you can do this on either side, is to just portal straight down here. And you could fight, you could try and portal straight up to here, and you could fight from there. But those are really kind of the main things to do from here. You can also go down here. This isn't very useful. You can look and peek, but you can peek from up there with more cover. So those are the main spawn rollouts, and this map's symmetrical on that side. So that's it for really spawns. Now let's just get to the unique angles and different things you can actually do. So from down here, there's a lot of different spots you can actually peek. You can see this backboard. You can see the SMG cube. You can see this, but this backboard can be really beneficial because from here, that's across to their entire spawn. You can also hit that other backboard from up here. So like if I'm on this backboard, I could hit this and instantly move into this right there. So being able to move side to side from this top backboard is really powerful. You also can hit this back B area. So B dom would be right here, but this back railgun. And again, these two are the same exact side. So it's gonna be symmetrical throughout. You of course can hit that bottom one we talked about. And there's not really a ton of different angles from down here. This is a pretty popular spawn. So there's a couple things. You can rotate straight to there. You could try and go straight up into your base, portaling to this pretty quickly, doing a triple portal there. And one of the most common rotations from this spawn is usually going to here. And then from here, you have a lot of options. You can go up to here. You can use this backboard, jump into there. You could rotate into their base, or not their base, their bridge over here. You could hit this. Down here, there's really a lot of different options. So that's kind of from up there. Now, if you're down here, you again have a couple different options. You can hit this SMG cube right here. And when you go through, boom, you could even portal right to SMG if you wanted to. Grab that. And if we go back to this little backboard here, you could hit to B. Again, that SMG cube can be good, or you can even just hit up here, or you could portal into here if you really wanted to too. Now, if we go into the top of the base up here, there's a few different angles. There's nothing crazy. Like these back kind of portals, there's not much you can do. You can hit the backboard from back here, but these aren't going to be used much. You could also use this to peek right here if someone is pushing you. That can be beneficial, but again, not a ton of different angles from here. You can portal peek and look different ways. If you're up here on these two backboards, you could hit this, you could peek, or you could even triple portal to right there. And you could do the same thing if you're pushing into the base. So all of these can be reversed as well. You obviously can hit both these bottoms. You can't really see out and hit any other portals though. I mean, you could peek here, but again, it's not gonna be that strong. You can hit SMG. There's not a ton from right there. Now, some of the best rotations on this map come from B dom. So B dom's right here, and this back spawn is a very popular spawn if the enemy has both bases controlled. So a really, really good, probably the best portal on this map in my opinion, would be if you're spawning here and there's King of the Hill or Dom points up there. There's a King of the Hill point down here. There's a King of the Hill point down in bottom blue as well. You can hit this backboard right here, which almost no one blocks, and get in and fight from behind. And people aren't expecting it because the King of the Hill spot is right here. And this works for both sides. So you could portal in like that to break that hill. That is really strong. And again, it works on both sides. I could hit that here as well. You can hit up here. This is more risky. And you can portal to there. And you can pretty much hit these backboards from a lot of like high-end angles. into here. Now, some of the best spots from here, again, this isn't going to be a spot you're at a ton. You can hit this backboard, you could hit up here and peek this. You could hit up here, you can hit down here. There's not a ton of different spots. It's going to be the same on both sides. Another spot you can hit if you jump is you can hit that SMG and get into there pretty quickly. Now, sitting at this SMG cube, you can hit that backboard over here, that bottom backboard, and you can get into this base. And same thing vice versa. If you're over here, you can hit that backboard, and boom, you're in the bottom of this base now. You can, of course, you can really hit these spots from almost anywhere. That top backboard, these for bridge. Now, if we move into SMG, you have a couple different options. You could hit this. Obviously, you can hit rockets. You could hit either of these bottom backboards. I think this one is probably the most used. Same thing on that side as well. Now, if for some reason you're sitting back rockets, this is not usually a place you want to sit unless you're trying to grab the rockets. There's a couple things you can do. You could hit straight into their cubes. You could hit down here, and really any of those portals, but I'd say straight into this base is probably the most powerful. Or if you really want to try and hit just this. But into that cube can be really powerful, and one rotation you can actually do if you want to chain things together is I'd hit that. So let's say I shoot that portal, I'd peek here, and I'd shoot right to here, and I can fight here, or even go into there. Now again, you'd be more safe here and you're not just straight up fighting, but that's one of the rotations from rockets if you're ever up there. If you ever fall down the map, the only portal you can really see is right here and right here. So just use those. Now, one good way to push these bottom hills right here, and you'll see on King of the Hill, a lot of people will do this, is if you ever portal right here, you can portal down to here. You can portal into this backboard, and a lot of people don't expect it because the hill is right here. So you can do it quickly, where if you're portaling here, you can hit into this pretty quickly, and if you wanted to, you could do something like that. But you can fight at this hill, and that can be really powerful as well. Now, if you're ever sitting down here, there's a King of the Hill spot right here. There's not a ton you can do. If you have a portal here, you can hit kind of into bottom rail. You could hit the SMG cube. You can hit these back walls and kind of rotate in and out if you need to. Now, from this backboard, if you're up here, you can actually hit into that B dom right here. This isn't super useful, but it is a spot you can do if you're running or just need to use it for some reason. Now, if we're on the front of this, you can jump. Now, anything where you're jumping and floating isn't going to be great, but it is an option to hit this backboard into here and move into there. You can hit all these. You can still hit their top up here. You can hit right here. Now, one really cool rotation, again, if someone's in King of the Hill, this works for both spots. If you're here, you can portal directly to this backboard here and try and fight, or even just peek. Like if I had my portal up here, they can only see my head. I could fight from right here and just throw that in there. If they destroy that, I could just peek real quick here, and I could push into this same spot, and they won't be expecting it. So it's two ways to kind of push this hill really easily, because this can be a difficult hill to break. And it works on both sides. So if I do it on blue, it'll work the exact same. So I'm over here, boom, I can hit that. And there's a lot of like movement and freestyling you can do on this map, especially off those spawns. So you'll see a lot of people off spawn. They'll spawn on here, and again, leave room for your teammate to portal. You don't want to throw it here, because then your teammate's going to spawn and not be able to portal if I throw mine in the middle, which does actually happen a lot. Same with if you're portaling to this off spawn, a lot of people do that. Don't throw your portal here. No one else can portal. I can't throw anything else. But if I put mine at the very bottom, I put mine to the side, my teammate can throw theirs up there as well, and it fits. And they could rotate if they needed to. So one of the most common things, I mean, you see people rotate to here, and then they'll usually rotate to something like here. I think a lot of the big rotations come from down here as well, where you can throw something up here, you can go forward, and you can come back through this. And again, even from there, you could hit this, and you have a couple different options. You can, from this backboard, you can hit into here, and you can see all of these different walls from here. From bottom to top can be really quick. You go to here, and there's just a ton of different freestyling things you can actually do. You could hit into here from rockets. You're going to portal here. You could portal into here. And even to this backboard, you could fight them. There's so many different ways you can utilize just movement on this map in general. From top snipe, you can hit these backboards, but you're going to have to drop down to fight that. You're not going to jump up here, wait, hope your portal stays, and then jump into it. And again, you can hit that SMG from multiple angles as well. If you do portal up to the top of this backboard here, you can peek out and you can hit this back one as well. You don't have to fall out like I did. You portal here, and you can jump out, you can portal to that, and you have a lot of different options. So that is really it for LAVAWELL. There's a lot of cool little nifty angles. A lot of them are just rotations off a spawn, or how to break kind of those bottom hills. That can be really frustrating. So moving into here, doing something, throw a safety portal down back here. And this becomes a spot at a higher level right here. If you're holding this hill, this becomes a spot you're going to want to block at a high level. Another good spot to block if you're holding this hill can be here as well. so enemies don't just portal and come in, but that's usually an easy one to watch and block, especially if you have someone peeking, or if you have someone back here, they can see this portal wall, they could peek, they can hit SMG from here. Like, there's a ton of different things. There's so much freestyle in this map, just like the Abyss video. So that's going to be it for LAVAWELL. And there is a playlist for this for all the takedown maps, for all the forest maps as well. And I was thinking of starting a series for callouts for each map, but that first video I did didn't do too well. So I want you guys to leave a comment and let me know if you want callouts for each and every single map. And if you haven't already, go and follow me over on Twitch. I'm streaming every single day, and I'll leave a link to that in my description. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.